The Trifle, a festive classic that's as beautiful as it is delicious. But what if I told you it doesn't even need to be difficult? I'm Patrick and I've always loved cooking ever since I was a kid. I went on to work in award-winning restaurants all over the globe. Today, I'm breaking down the classic trifle, step by step for you. From the seasonal fruit jelly to that silky pastry cream. By the end of this video, you'll see just how easy it is to create this stunning dessert. It's going to wow your friends and family this holiday season. Let's get into it. First up, I'm going to make our pastry cream. So I've got 300 mils of milk, which I'm going to put into a pan on the heat, and 1 vanilla pod. Cut this down the middle. So we're going to flatten this out, and with a knife we can just run through the middle, through the core, scrape out all of those seeds from it. And then these can go into the milk along with those seeds. So we're gently going to warm that milk through with the vanilla pod, with those seeds that we've scraped out. And that's going to infuse the milk with the vanilla flavour. So next up we have 15 grams of corn flour and 15 grams of plain flour in this bowl here. I'm going to add 65 grams of caster sugar and 5 egg yolks. So we'll just separate these. Crack the egg in half, go back and forward to get rid of the whites, and the yolks can go in there. So this is boiling now. We can take that off the heat. And we're going to mix our yolks, our corn flour, our sugar together. I need to slowly add some of the milk back to this egg mix. So I'm going to put a towel down there to stop it from moving around too much. Half of the milk slowly to the eggs, whisking the whole time. Milk can go back onto the heat. This loosened egg mixture is going to go back onto the stove. Now this is back on the heat. I'm going to change this whisk for a spatula. So we've got a really gentle heat and we're going to stir it consistently the whole time until we see it thicken up. What we don't want is the scrambled eggs here. So really slowly we're cooking this up. So that's basically the consistency that we're looking for. And you can see we've got this really glossy, smooth, amazing looking pastry cream. So that's our pastry cream finished. I've covered it with cling wrap just to prevent a skin from forming over the top while it cools down in the fridge. So that goes into the fridge for about 1 hour to cool down and set completely. So now I'm going to chop up the fruit for this. I'm just using what's in season here in Brisbane, which happens to be stone fruits, berries, cherries, mango, etc. You can use whatever fruit is available, and you can even use frozen berries for this. Doesn't have to be in season, it's just a lot nicer if you use a seasonal fresh fruit for it, obviously. Making this actually reminds me, back when I was about 22, I worked in this restaurant in a small village in the UK near Cirencester. It was Burns Night, which is a proper Scottish celebration. We had the works on, haggis, nips and tatties, single malt whiskey flowing. The whole evening felt really traditional. But do you know what stole the show? It was my trifles. Not remotely Scottish, I made them just like I'm showing you today. People just kept coming back for seconds, ignoring the whiskey and even the haggis sometimes, which honestly felt a little bit sacrilegious on Burns Night. That was the moment I realised it doesn't matter where you are or what's going on the menu. If you nail a good trifle, it's always going to steal the show. Next, time to make our strawberry jelly. So turning on the stove, and I've got 350 mils of water going in here. 25 grams of caster sugar, 2 star anise, bring that to the boil. Then add 250 grams of strawberries with the tops cut off them. We'll just cook those really gently in the syrup for about 5 minutes. While that's preparing, I have 100 milliliters of cold water right here. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of gelatin powder to bloom. Stir that in. Our strawberries have been gently poaching for about 4 minutes. So now, while that's still really hot, we're going to add our bloomed gelatine to the mix. And just whisk that in until it's completely dissolved. We'll put this to the side to cool down slightly. I slice up some pre-made sponge cake, about 1/2 centimetre thick, and then I cut it into rectangles to put into the glasses. So now it's time to put the first layer of these trifles together. I start with 4 of these fancy old dessert glasses and I line the bases of them with sponge mix. Cover with some whiskey and then top with some fresh orange juice. So we're going to put this pastry cream into a piping bag. So what I'm going to do is just unravel the first probably quarter of the piping bag like that, turn it inside out and put that over my thumb and fingers. That means I can put the filling inside the bag without it getting messy and spilling everywhere. So just twist the end off and cut a small hole about 1/2 centimetre at the end. Now it's time to start piping in that pastry cream into the glasses. I go around the sides first to create a barrier and then fill in the middle. One of the poached strawberries in the centre. Some of our fresh fruit. With that strawberry jelly. These are now ready to put into the fridge for the jelly to set. I whip 100 milliliters of cream with a spoon of icing sugar to soft peaks, and then I place that inside a piping bag. These are nicely jelly-like, and I'm going to put the rest of the pastry cream on these 4. Another layer of the cake. More orange juice over that top of them. Some more whiskey. Whoops, slipped there. That must be my trifle. Then I pipe the cream from the outside all the way to the inside on all 4 of the trifles. Take your time with this one to make sure you get a nice even covering of all 4 of those trifles with the cream. It'll be worth it presentation wise. Okay, so we've piped our cream on there. Now it's just to finish them off with some orange zest. I'm using a microplane from a little bit of a height to dust the tops. So that is it. That is my whiskey infused classic trifle, festive, delicious, nostalgic. If you don't mind, like and subscribe and comment below, what do you want to see me cook next? You need to make this for your friends and family.